Happy Monday morning. This is Frank Rock. This is the House of Orange Sports Channel. I've slept on it. I've thought about it. I've thought a lot about it. This is Tennessee versus Purdue the next day. The bottom line in this one, Purdue wins 72-66. Tennessee season is done with, and we're going to look back at the reasons why on this one. We're not going on a post-game rant like yesterday where emotions are high. Everything's kind of hot at that point. I'm still not happy about it, but I'm going to look at it as objectively as I can on this one because obviously both sides are going to disagree on this one. If I were a Purdue fan, I'd be pretty happy. If I'm a Tennessee fan, I wouldn't. And I think a lot of people see it that way. And from our sides, we're not going to see it differently. You know, Purdue fans can't understand why Tennessee fans see it the way they do and vice versa. But the bottom line is it's a physical game, and a physical game, you know, there's going to be some discrepancies, whether we agree with them, whether we disagree with them, whether it's right, whether it's wrong. The bottom line, I'm going to look at the reasons why Purdue is moving on and Tennessee isn't. And, free throws were a part of it. Yes, absolutely. They were a part of it. But there are other reasons as well, and we'll get right into that one. So, one thing on it, and I had a Purdue fan pointed out, I had some pretty good comments. I had some that looked at it through their glasses just the same as we look at it through ours. I respect it. It is what it is. Like I said, if it were the shoes on the other foot, I'm feeling the same way because it's the team I pull for. I get it. All right. I understand it. Somebody pointed out one thing that stood out. You look at it. Dalton Connect had 37. Zach Edey had 40. All right. Your two main guys, they showed out. They did their thing. Here's where your difference was in the game, and I agree with it. This was a big difference. Purdue's second and third guys were better than Tennessee's second and third guys. Lawyer had 14 for Purdue. Braden Smith had 9. Lance Jones had 7. We'll even go down to the fourth guy for them yesterday. Tennessee's second, third, and fourth guys. Zakai Ziegler, 9 points. 3 out of 12, 1 of 8 from 3-point, 2 of 5 from free throws. Josiah Jordan James, 8. I'm not sure what happened there, if they just shut him down, if he just wasn't getting open, what was happening. He had 8 points, and he had them pretty quick in the first half as well because Connect was scoring. James was not far behind him at one point in time. 9 and 8. There's your comparison of 2 and 3 guys. I mean, that is their third guy scored as much as our second leading score. And then you get to that fourth one, Lance Jones for Purdue with 7. Tennessee's fourth guy was Jordan Gainey with 6. There's your difference in score right there, okay? There's one thing we can look at. Again, I'm not even going by free throws. I'm not even going down that road on this one today. I'm going to look at it, again, as objectively, as humanly possible in this game. Here's another one, and this is a fact. This didn't have anything to do. Could it have been, if from our view, if some of the fouls would have been called, would it have been different? Yes, but not that differently in the case of Purdue, 47 rebounds, Tennessee 26. There it is. All right. And here's the thing about it. And we do have to honestly look at it this way. We held Purdue to 20% shooting threes yesterday. That's pretty good. That's pretty good with one of the best shooting teams in college basketball that you held them to 20%. When you get out rebounded by 21, when you let them, we'll go with what it is. Okay. I don't think we have gripes with how many times Tennessee got to the free throw line on it. We have gripes with how many times Purdue got there. But, with a player who plays physical like Edey, and he does, there's going to be fouls. Okay. My beef, should there have been more on him? Yes. But could you look at it? Could there have been more called in Tennessee's favor? I don't know. I think it evens out. Honestly, maybe it could have. Okay. If I'm looking at it from a Purdue standpoint, sure, I can say I'm looking at it from our standpoint. If a big guy's initiating contact, what are you supposed to do? I don't know what the happy medium is in there. I don't think either team, when you have a big physical guy, neither team is going to be happy. That's just the way it is. And, I guess we've got to figure out, he's getting fouled every time it needs to be called. It can't be a case of, well, these officials know to let some of it go. No, a foul is a foul. You camp out in the paint, you camp out in the paint. All right. Yeah, I'm still not happy about it. Okay. Um, but what's it matter what I think? It's my opinion. All right. It's my show. It's my opinion. Doesn't mean I'm right. Does not mean I'm wrong either. Okay. Am I sore about it? I mean, we have a chance to go to our first Final Four in school history. This is not a regular game, man. All right. Emotions are high. Yeah, the opinions are amped up about it. We're passionate fans. All right. Purdue fans are passionate too. It is what it is. I'm not going to apologize for being passionate. I'm not going to apologize for getting upset in a Tennessee game that I feel some things maybe didn't go our way. But, that's sports. That's sports for you. Again, the bottom line is Purdue's moving on to the Final Four. Tennessee is not. Tennessee has to go back to the drawing board in this offseason and figure out where it could have been better. One place yesterday, you can't have your second team all SEC center get you 10 minutes yesterday. Somebody did bring up, wonder if he got sick. Well, if he got sick, he's been playing like it for a month now. I don't know what happened to Adu down the stretch, but it was not good enough. And they talked about it coming into the tournament. And Rod Clark was on an interview and said, we told Tobey and Jonas, we need more from you. Awaka answered. He did what he could yesterday. JP Estrella come in, did what he could do yesterday. Those guys battled. They fought hard with it. Wasn't good enough, unfortunately, but their effort was good enough. All right. You needed more from other guys other than Connect. And the bottom line is you didn't get that. And, one thing about it with Awaka and Estrella, here's kind of an issue with Adu had 2 rebounds. Awaka had 4. Estrella had, he had 1 on that. So, I mean, between 3 centers, you combine for 8 rebounds. That's not going to get it done. Even if Edey would have had the game like he had in Maui, where he was like, 23 and 10, which to him is probably a little below his standards. To us, it's still a good game. He still out-rebounded and out-produced 3 Tennessee centers all on his own right there. All right, that's, it is what it is. Braden Smith at the point guard, 7 rebounds. Mason Gillis for Purdue, 8 rebounds. That's you just can't. You're going to have a hard time winning basketball games when your rebounding is that big of a difference. And 13 of them were offensive rebounds. Tennessee's standpoint, 38.7% from field goal range. They shot higher from 3-point than they did from field goal. And that's with Ziegler going 1 of 8 from 3-point range. Ziegler, he battled, man. He battled his ass off in this college basketball postseason. He didn't have a good offensive game yesterday. He really didn't. And I thought Braden Smith got the better of that battle. I really did. Maybe I'm wrong on that one. That's 2 good point guards going at it. No doubt about it. But I didn't think it was his best day yesterday. But he still, his effort was still, in my opinion. Do we need a little more scoring-wise? Yes. The effort was there. The effort was there. I'm proud of these guys for fighting. They fought hard the whole time. Not much more you can ask of that. You just can't. We knew, I think, in the grand scheme of things, if Tennessee went out, which was a possibility, that it was going to come down to those scoring droughts. And ultimately, they are up 32-21. Purdue comes back in 3 minutes and 34 seconds and has the lead on it. You can't go on those scoring droughts against a great team like Purdue. You just can't do it. In a game this close, that's why I'm always one. I would rather get beat by 20. That way I can't look back on it and say, man, if this would have happened, this would have happened, this would have happened, we could have won. But, such is life, such is sports, the thrill of victory, the agony of defeat. But I appreciate all you guys who've been with me all year. Where does Tennessee go moving forward? I'm going to keep you updated on that, as we don't know a whole lot right now other than we know who won't be back for sure. That's Dalton Connect, Josiah Jordan James, Santiago Vespi. Thank you to those guys. I posted a video last thanking the team, the coaches, for just a fun season. Didn't end the way any of us wanted to, including them, but you know what? It was still a lot of fun. It was a lot to look back on and be proud of. The road ahead, Tennessee's going to need it. They've only signed one freshman. They have room to add from the portal. I'm going to say you're looking at teams that have added these big guys right now. If you can find a bruiser type guy who could come in and control the paint, that's where I would start. And then I don't know if I would start there, but that would be a part of my plan. You need 2 scorers, in my opinion. We don't need a guy just to come in, do the dirty work. We need 2 scorers. Are you going to find a Dalton Connect? I don't know that you can realistically say that, but could you get a couple guys who can score in that 15 to 20 point range? That would be nice. I don't know who's out there right now. I've not even looked at it. I'm going to start looking at the portal maybe this afternoon. Look for any possible connections. That may be hard to do, but we'll see and we'll go from there. But I do feel confident that the portal will be good for Tennessee. I think portal players will see what Connect was able to come in and do. If they're looking at it and they were watching yesterday, and you're a big guy and you're like, man, I could have gone there and made a difference in that game. Tennessee may be the place for you on it. One thing, it's a non-negotiable from Rick Barnes. If you're going to come in and not play defense, you're going to play. So if you go in the Connect and you go in the NBA draft to get your stock to see where it's at, get your feedback, and you're told, hey, I need to work on my defense, Tennessee's a place for you. But I'm going to wrap up on that one. I'll be here along the way, giving updates on Tennessee's roster, what's going to go on there, who they add, who they may be recruiting. Baseball coverage is about to amp up even more this week as it's kind of taking a backseat to basketball right now. Football coverage is going to amp up as well. But thank you guys for being with me. Make sure you like, you share, you subscribe to the channel. It is free. Thank you guys for staying with me for 2 hours yesterday as we vented, we griped, we complained, and we'll go from there. But I hope you have a great Monday. My name is Frank Rock. In victory, in defeat, as always, go Vols.